They say beauty's in the eye of the beholder. The very essence of beauty you hold her within. Every crack and crevice you hold her. You're beautiful is what holds a seed. Don't get distracted.
Guys, welcome back to the Melanin Pot. As you guys know, a lot of things have happened. A lot of changes have been made. The first thing we want to let you guys know is that you need to be making sure you're following our website, themelaninpot.net. That is where you can purchase merchandise and find out all information on bookings and things like that. Yes. Also, you cannot book the Melanin Pot through any of us individually.
Your Facebook status.
I just had
people trying to book through you?
They asked me, how much is it to book the Melanin Pot? How can I get on the Melanin Pot? How can I do this? How can I...
You must send an email. Your status was...
You cannot book the Melanin Pot without an email. Yes.
Get your people.
I'm just saying, I'm putting it out there.
Email through the website.
Email an email is on the website. That is themelaninpot.net. Yes. However, you always can follow us. Eyes on Diva, regular spelled.
Jay's Anatomy this month.
This month, yes.
_JBM_.
And so that's what we. Yeah. That's how you
Thank
reach
you for
us.
the support.
Yes,
really
all of you guys. Also, I think the last time we didn't get to mention it, guys, the Young Black and Gifted blog. We do really appreciate you guys for seeing something in us. Thank you guys for nominating us.
And everybody who voted, we really appreciate it.
We really appreciate that. The Melanin Pot team, I want to be proud to say, we were the most nominated team as far as a group in general.
Mary was in the comedy realm.
The comedy realm.
Peace Moves and Best DJ.
Media outlet. Yeah. So we really appreciate you guys for seeing something in us. But let's get on it. Some things have been talked about lately.
In the black community, top discussions that have been going on. So, man, this is one of your favorites.
Natural hair.
Natural hair versus, I guess, non-natural hair.
Okay, whatever non-natural hair is. So here's the thing. The idea of technically anything natural does not have any additives in it at all. Mm-hmm. So of course we use products and things like that.
That's just shit.
I think the idea of natural versus non-natural is the relaxer. Because yes, Linda Perry.
Shout out to my mom.
Right.
It is not a perm.
It's not a perm.
Relaxer.
And I think we've made too big a deal about it. I'm gonna be honest. I went natural. This is my third time going back.
You like a bad relationship.
It's like a bad relationship. I just go back and forth. So the first time I was in high school, I was bald headed. I didn't have any hair.
Girl, I don't remember that.
Yeah, because I wore weaves and wigs all my senior year.
You was wearing wigs in high school?
I definitely was wearing wigs in high school.
Not my dog.
Oh yeah, that's right. Somebody cut your hair on the bus.
No, that was
somebody cut her hair on the bus.
Yes, I got my hair. Yeah. Oh,
Mary, were you bullied?
We're not gonna do. Maybe for another show, we're gonna try to keep it lighthearted today.
So, anyways, you've been natural a few times.
I've been natural a few times. The first time is because I just didn't have any hair.
Man, you don't have to walk us through each time. It's too many times. Just natural.
So you're natural. Because both of y'all are natural, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So why are you natural?
I'm natural because I love my curls. I fell in love with my curls.
But do you love them enough to where you keep putting crack in your hair? So why are you natural this time?
Okay, so this time it's staying put.
This is permanent.
This is permanent. I did it. I cried it out.
We'll see in a couple of months.
No, I cried it out. I was natural. But see, he does that like I just went natural and then go back and forth like that. I was actually natural for 6.5 years. And I permed because I did think I wanted to change.
This is your first time?
Yeah, with my college time. I was always going to perm back the first time I was natural. But I was natural 6.5 years, like that was all my hair.
So why are you natural? What made you switch?
I don't know, I just like it. I think it was because, I don't know, I have a question. I can't remember even why I went natural. I just cut off all my hair.
She did.
Yeah,
and it was like,
I don't know.
It was definitely one of those like serious. Man, I don't remember like going through that like stage with you like
I just wore wigs.
Yeah, I just cut off mine also.
The wig phase.
And I just stuck with it.
Yeah.
I love my natural.
Yeah. I think a lot of people, I think it's a preference. You like what you like. And some people go natural and you probably would never know they're natural because some people keep their hair sewn up and some people not natural and they keep their hair sewed up too. So
yeah, for example, I had no more hair than a chipmunk literally a year ago from our film date. Like my hair was very, very short.
Oh, I do remember.
And it's on record. It's on Facebook.
Not as on record.
Yeah, I think I might do a before and after, but honestly, And now a year later.
But I don't think natural's for everybody. I think everybody tries to make the other party like you need to go natural or you need to use cream and crack.
I don't think if it's you must, but I think natural is for if you're black anyway.
Yeah,
that's
your
you.
hair.
That's your hair. So.
I mean, that might be you, but but I'm saying it might not be with somebody.
It's about care.
It's about maintenance.
Right.
It's how you take
No, but
care
I'm saying
of
somebody might not want to be natural. That's what I'm saying.
And
so
that's fine.
So that's what I'm saying.
I feel like we do too much to binary black people within ourselves, and that's crazy.
And let people. I
either
think just
light skin or dark skin. Like
let
wow,
people be.
Natural, not
I think
natural.
there's nothing wrong with it. I think people choose to be natural. You have your own reasons. Some of y'all hair was falling out. Some of y'all didn't take care of your hair. Some of y'all just choose to be natural because you just want to be. Some people choose
I'm
to
natural for every single one of those
Some people
reasons.
have really coarse hair and they don't want to maintenance their hair like that, so they don't mind getting a perm. You know, so it's a different reason for everything. I don't think
it's about care altogether. And I think
for both ends,
and for
natural
both
or relaxed.
I think that we do too much to define what is black.
That's true.
And that's when you get
as if there's a rule book.
There's a rule book.
You know, you can't.
There's a rule book to being a part of a diaspora of people, millions of people.
Because it goes to the next topic is HBCUs versus PWIs.
Oh, yes.
Like it's like if you go to a PWI, you're not you betrayed your culture or you should have went to a HBCU. That's not everybody's journey to go to a HBCU.
That was one of the points that I made in the last episode about the Cosby Show is that Claire and Heathcliff got their education from an HBCU and then their children went to a HBCU. But the thing about it is, and I said in that video, if you didn't, to me, it shouldn't matter. Education is an education. An educated person is an educated person at the end of the day.
And just because you go to a HBCU does not mean that you're doing for your culture. Doesn't mean that you really know what's going on. Doesn't mean that you're woke, as everybody like to be. It doesn't mean that you're involved in your community
Sometimes
and being an activist.
Sometimes it can make you more sheltered.
It might be because some people don't like
I think
that.
the main point that a lot of the HBCU people are making is that you get a different experience and a different culture experience per se with the black professors in the black community, and they're looking out for you. You don't get that at the PWIs. But then again, that's a opinion that's on the outside looking in because we've all went to PWIs and we've had teachers who cared about us and we have their numbers and they looked out for us.
Absolutely.
So I think it's just one of those things.
Some of the teachers that yes, we have Reva Brown that support
even some of the white ones
like Dr. Amy Hawkins.
But I'm about to say, but then on the other end we have Amy Hawkins, Tanya Jeffco, Tane Duncan.
I love that Tanya.
We had. I can name a lot of my white
Mr. Harper.
I can't name a lot of them.
Dr. Harper was definitely down.
And also I was in the
Terry Wright. I
was in the sociology. I was in the philanthropic.
So using
in
some
African
different
history.
stuff,
So I was actually in an environment where they were saying we have to do better to be more aware of our cultures.
Right.
So I wasn't necessarily in a binary area as far as race goes when I went to college. Now, of course, I did not finish for my own reasoning and things like that.
You're not going back?
I don't know yet. I don't know if I'm going back to, UCA or not. That's just the honest truth. And I have been looking into finishing my education at a HBCU. And the thing about it is that it shouldn't be any, if I walk onto a HBCU campus, you should say, well, you should have came here in the first place. No.
Well, they're going to say that.
Well, and that's fine. But
and that would be problematic.
It'd be problematic.
It would be problematic.
Why not just say, hey, welcome to wherever I decide to go. And glad you're here. This is what you need to know.
People going to talk that shit.
Yeah. But everybody's getting educated. Because
I think that's what people fail to realize. That's the main point is that you're getting educated.
And you're supposed to be a resource to your communities and your environment. So I think that's just across the board.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's something we have to be more aware of, rather than trying to put this stigma on what's black or what's not black or what you can't do. And I feel like that makes us look ignorant.
Very.
And that shortens our agenda because we want everybody to be open to black people, but black people are not open to other black people. And I feel like that's such a problem. Even when you look at just different organizations, you look at different groups, everybody wants you to look or be a certain way, or you can't do this. That's not.
And then
black
we're not
enough.
accepting within ourselves. There is no reason why there are certain there are Greek organizations that do not step out of those binaries, and at the same token, people who use those Greek organizations to say, "Oh, I am a part of black. I'm this."
But don't actually push the agenda behind.
Don't put anything behind
That's true.
Africa. I don't ever see you and involved in any African American organizations. If there's an African American issue on campus,
Are you talking people who are non-African American?
No, people who are.
Okay.
People who are African American who will join the Black Greek.
It definitely takes more. It definitely takes more than you signing up, you doing your money, and this goes for non-Greek, Greek, any organization that you do. It takes more than just that.
Don't just use an organization.
You should live it. You should definitely live with the mission statement you signed up to.
Yeah.
Or be some type of reflection of that, because we are very big on judging one another and not being accepting of everybody's blackness or like, growing up, of course, like I used to see people who spoke very well, but they're like, oh, you're talking white. Why can't they not just be talking correctly? With good grammar.
Absolutely. I think
that's what we go to school for.
Yeah. I experienced that. When I got back, I had a German accent. I mean,
girl, you ain't had no German accent.
Jacqueline, how about I push you down? Because you don't know what.
Well, push me down, but it's very hard to believe
my accent was off.
Can you give us a little?
No.
She can't give it to us because she never had it.
I refuse. Jacqueline, it's a lot of things you never had, but
what they got to do with your language that you just created?
To be
regardless, I did. I still speak French. I don't speak German anymore.
You speak French right now?
Absolument. Je parle français. Je dis pour cet an.
We need the captions. What did you just say?
Right, I need that on there. What you say?
I just said
I want to do lunch and I want to have a little shortbread sandwich.
No.
What was that?
No, I just said I studied for 7 years.
Oh, okay.
That was real short.
So
that's really nice, man.
So the thing about it is that when I came here, I sounded different. I was interested in
black people didn't accept you.
The black people were like, no, you're not acting black. Let's fix that. And I had black friends and I had white friends too, but I was taught you don't fool with white people. You know, and then I did experience, I think
that's funny that you say that. A lot of times when we try to fix people with black, it's usually we try to fix them with problematic behaviors.
Yes.
It's like, oh, you're not black enough. This is what we throw shade over here. You're too welcoming. We throw shade. So then you teach somebody how to throw shade.
Yeah, you teach them the book.
Negative, and it can become that type of situation.
Absolutely.
Oh, no, we don't really do that. We dress like this. Who are you to kind of, as long as you dress nice, I think, everybody needs to be dressed up to par, dressing nice. But that's your own style, though. You don't take somebody's style because you don't agree that you don't think somebody should wear skinny jeans.
Well, I don't think that's just limited to black people. I think all people do that in all groups. Because even when you go to work, they do that. They limit what you.
Yeah, but I'm just talking about for us. I'm just talking about in general.
But I feel like you're being a little hard on us right now.
I'm not being hard, but I think we got to be real. I think everybody likes
to be real. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. I feel like activists or people, they try to always pacify black people, and we try to pacify ourselves. It's funny how everybody likes to go in on Facebook. You like to go in on your personal pages. And everybody like to go in the group meetings and the messages, but when it's time for a real agenda to come out, we need to pull back from black people. No, let's talk to ourselves. David Banner made some good points when he came to the University of Central Arkansas. A lot of people say they love black people, but do you really? Do you really love black people? Because when your parents talk to you, it's not always cookies and cream. They give you the good and the bad, and it is what it is. And that's to help you grow as a person. I feel like we try to do a lot of pacifying for ourselves and bad behavior sometimes, and I feel like that's definitely not okay. And I just feel like we just got to call a spade a spade. And it's funny that people like to do that. Oh, we're too hard on, we need to not do that on black people.
I want you to stick a pin for that because actually both things that you just said lead to two more topics that are coming up. But as far as spades go.
Not spades. Call a spade a spade.
Let's put it down.
That's it.
Okay, first of all, the big joker is the one you write big on.
You know what? You gotta write big on it because everybody's house is different.
Some people it's the guarantee card. Some people it's the color joker. Okay. Yeah. But seriously, honestly, I think that spades is a wonderful thing that, it's not particularly black as far as card games go. But I will say this, I love that we've adopted it as a rites of passage. I think a lot of people are hard on, well, if you don't play spades or I don't do it. No, listen, it is a rite of passage when you get to sit down and your mama is your partner. It's like going to the grown folks table. And I think that, yes, we make a big deal and we make it funny, but I think that we have a lot of things that are cultural that are rites of passage. Sitting at the grown folks table, playing spades or dominoes with your pawpaw.
Dominoes
with your granny.
I can't play though. I can't play.
You can't play dominoes?
No, I cannot play.
You gotta learn how to count.
I cannot play dominoes.
Go ahead,
I play it, but I don't like it.
I would take an L any day at that table. Now spades is different.
But I do think that yes, the family cookout is not the time to learn. But I also think we kind of do too much separating. So I remember when we would we came home a couple times while we were in Germany, and we would visit, and I remember my cousins saying, okay, let me teach you how to play dominoes like they're playing, or let me teach you. And we had a kids table of games that you was playing. We was monopolizing and all that stuff, but we was doing everything over here. So I think that we do need to do more to teach our children at home. That's true. Maybe they won't learn spades plus how to, have sex with boys because they at their friend house and they learning spades. And now, my friend is teaching me this. What else they can teach me other things to make me acceptable.
And that's a good balance too, to teach family values and morals, and also just that free activity. You can have fun and really lay your hair down, and that's in good morals and ethics that don't take you out of your character.
But just don't do it at the family cookout, because you will get ran to Boston on.
And you know why you playing spades? There's a common word that people love, that N word. Nigga. Oh, nigga. Yeah. Like, so it's like it's a two-sided coin. Yeah. Some people are like, ooh, I do not like for black people to say nigga. We should not say it. It is no, no, no. And then other people just like, we've taken this word and we've flipped it around and made it something for us. What do you feel about that?
Having been called the N word and people it's not because I mean it harshly to you, but I'm older. And that's a word we said, and I don't...
Older as in, like, this is an older black person speaking with you, or older white person?
Older white people.
Okay.
Yeah, so,
white people saying nigga.
Yeah, so, and then also my first experience with the N-word, seriously experience with somebody saying it, was a Caucasian child saying, just because I know math, I'm still a nigga. So,
wow.
Yeah, so, and my mother having to fight with the school.
Right, because it was,
the school said, well, he didn't know, trying to make excuses for him. My mama said, no, you're not.
Nah, so you don't say it now?
I mean, and that's what I was about to say. I fall guilty of using it. And I fall guilty of but I am going to be more conscious, because I did hear my nephew repeat it and think it's okay. And it's not okay, because you're not that. And I feel like we do speak what we can be. And he's at an age now to where an N-word sag their pants, and it's cool. N-words are in rap, and I like rap music. You know what I'm saying? I don't want him to begin perpetuating an idea, and as his aunt, I have to do better. And I think that what we do when nobody's looking is just as important as what we do in front of everybody.
That's true.
And so that's how I feel about it.
I'm indifferent about it. Like, listening to David Banner when he came recently, it was really like he said some good stuff. And he was like, he believes there are niggas in the world. I agree. People who are just on some BS. You got negative intent out here. You're really poisoning the community with whether there's drugs or manipulation, some just evil intent in general. So you would be a nigga, or whoever, you that. So then he also, like, us talking to ourselves, you talking to your brother, you talking to your friend, why would you want that connotation on you?
Yeah.
So I definitely took some self-reflection into that moment. However, I know I still use the word.
Yeah, absolutely.
And, not gonna say I'm not gonna use it.
Now I will say this while we're on the subject. Shout out to Drika and Christopher James, The Journey, for their Free My Nigga was released last month.
Saw that.
Yeah.
And it's on the Melanin Pot page. You can check out Chris the Journey James and at Drika Writes. They're sharing it. It's on YouTube. It's very impactful. It's actually filmed, I believe, in a room in the Pulaski County Jail. Or filmed outside the Pulaski County Jail. And so I think that's kind of interesting. They took us when I was in 5th grade, which I thought was crazy.
Not Beyonce State.
That was a field trip. Like they
took y'all to the jail?
They took us to the jail.
This in Germany?
No, this was in the U.S.
That's crazy. What
definitely 5th grade.
What elementary did you go to?
I went to Homer Atkins.
And they took y'all to the jail for a field trip.
Yeah, for a field trip. All right. Another kind of fun one has been Beyonce.
What about her?
That's kind of how I feel. I think that I love her. Do I love her music? Yes. I love her music grown.
What that mean?
I didn't care for.
Oh, when you was younger, you didn't.
I didn't care for her. Actually, I was a Kelly Rowland fan. I didn't
that's
care for
interesting.
Beyonce as a lead singer.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I think because I wanted the pretty dark skinned girls in the back to sing lead sometimes.
That makes sense.
But as a writer, as a singer, as a performer, do I believe she's the hardest working woman in R&B? Absolutely. Do I believe that she does spout a very sassy yet fashionable image of black women? Absolutely. Do I believe that everything she says is golden? Absolutely not. Do I believe that everything she's done is golden? Absolutely not. But I do love her music, and I can't say.
I think our culture just loves her overall, for the most part.
Yeah,
You know,
she's our Diana Ross.
Right, and I think some people get like.
She's our generation.
The thing about Beyonce that I like, and I'm gonna say this: people, a lot of us are haters in general, and I'm saying it.
I'm not hating.
And I'm not saying you're a hater, but I'm finna break down why I think is a hater. I think a lot of us are haters because we hate that other people love so many people, like love people so much.
Oh,
you're a hater because of that. If people love Mary and every time they say, oh my God, Mary's so dope, Mary this, it's different if that person was like, I'm this, I'm that, you gonna love me when I walk. But if people just glorify Mary and she's dope, if I'm self-secure in who I am, I don't get mad that people celebrating Mary. Celebrate Mary. She might be doing some dope stuff. I might not agree with everything.
Is this to Beyonce or just in general?
No, but I think people do that to Beyonce.
I don't.
People get mad at Beyonce all the time. Oh, her beehive is out of line. Well, first of all, she didn't. That's not her job.
Yeah.
To make
when
sure
it comes to
that
beehive,
that person.
yeah, but other stuff that Beyonce, I don't think people are hating on her.
But I think that's what it is because people get mad.
I think so.
I think people, they get mad. They get mad that people like her, and they do it all the time.
Well, there's some people, sure, but then some people really just don't like Beyonce.
What I mean, if you don't like her, don't watch
Or
her.
some of the stuff she don't do.
Right, like don't watch her. And that's another thing. It's like
I've seen a lot of articles that display a lot of leading black women in general. They are quick to spout out. You know what I mean? And I think that's one thing I can say with your point with Tiffany Haddish. I do feel like there are some things, like there was an article, like somebody wrote something about Tiffany Haddish. I think that person was problematic. Our favorite word. That person was problematic because then you go to his stuff and it's like, dude, you talking about Tiffany Haddish in this dress? What you be wearing in these drag shows?
that's
Be out of order.
It's out of order.
Well, that's different.
maybe she can leave your dress.
Well, I don't know. I just feel like everybody who says something about Beyonce is not a hater, and I don't even think majority half the time, depending on what they talking about. Of course,
Yeah,
they
it's
just
depending on what you
blatantly
say.
lying. Then sure.
Okay, so name like two things because you one of those people.
I'm not a hater.
No, I'm talking about you one of those people who
Oh,
don't
I was
like
gonna
her.
say no. That's incorrect as well. I didn't say I don't like Beyonce. I said I'm not a fan of her.
Okay, so name two things that you don't really care because you said she does some problematic stuff. So name some of those.
Well, she does do problematic things. So she doesn't speak out about different topics as far as black community. She does a lot of things private. So
What's wrong with that?
Well, let me finish. And so I think for some things you have a big platform. So I believe in people with huge platforms like Beyonce. Then maybe sometimes you should be vocal about some things, and everything doesn't have to be private, especially since you have a big following and people are literally jumping on your shit every time you do something. Like she just posted recently, I'm going vegan for tour or whatever. So now all the girls are, ooh, I'm gonna try vegan, I'm gonna do that. So just think about the impact if she was to go public on some things, what it could really do. Now I'm not saying it's her responsibility because no one has a responsibility to do anything, but I'm just saying if you have a platform that big, then why not use it publicly a lot of times more than just private? Because I know they do a lot. Bail people out of jail, I didn't heard it all. That's cool. And then two, I'm just not a fan because I don't think she can sing all that well. I think she's a great performer, yes. I think she's the best right now, yes. But that's not me hating. That's me having an opinion, just like you may have an opinion.
But I think that's a preference. But what I'm saying is people who glorify her, like, oh, they like Beyonce, and they hate on her because I don't like her because everybody like her. Now,
Yeah,
I would
I
say,
can see
because she
that.
gets a
No, I
lot of
said-
that. That's what I'm
well, I
saying.
just said people do
She gets
that,
a lot.
but
Now, in
if-
regards to the agenda thing, I totally disagree because I feel like, first of all, she's an artist. One,
Okay.
her agenda is not to get up and do speeches.
I just said that.
I know, but I'm
Two, okay.
I'm going still with the one. Her agenda is not to do speeches. It's not to do all that. And yes, if she is doing stuff behind the scenes, a lot of that stuff is not for glorification. A lot of these people do a lot of stuff because they want to be glorified about what they're doing.
That's true. We
which
talking about
takes away.
Beyonce.
And that's what I'm saying. She doesn't do it publicly. Also, what's the difference in somebody using their platform? Let's say if I'm a writer. If I'm a writer, you probably should not expect me to get up to do a speech. You probably should not expect me to do some other
Right,
things
right.
like do a video or sing a
Right.
song or whatever. So I also feel like when we look at celebrities in general or people who have platforms, look at the ways that they actually maneuver in their lanes to do that. So yes, her saying she was going vegan for a tour, that's vegan. I mean, that's her choice. She's saying she goes vegan, but that's just her saying she's going vegan. If people take that as a message to say I need to go eat healthy, cool. But if we look at Beyonce's body to work formation, generation, she just did that already. What else do you want her to do?
She just did what? Oh, talking about.
I'm saying as far as Black agenda.
I was speaking in general. First of all, stuff has been going on before she did it, which was last year. I think last year or 2016.
But she's been doing stuff before then. That's what I'm saying.
She may do it in like her performances, but you know, you can speak out at some things as well. That's what I'm saying.
I can't say that. I mean, Destiny Child came all the way back together to talk about to create a song. To
Stand Up.
Money.
Yeah, I remember that. That was like a few years ago, actually.
Not to mention, you know, that idea stepping out of women, you know, celebrate your independence. I feel like she has been kind of speaking to women. I feel like she has been speaking about some of the issues. I think even back to Ring the Alarm, where it's like you have a right to be mad as a woman. I think that she does do that. But I mean, honestly, I'm not gonna, to me, it's not as effective because I feel like we're harder on Beyonce about not speaking out about things.
I don't think that's true. What, Rihanna?
I remember there's a lot of people. There's some people who don't even speak.
Rihanna and Beyonce on the same, on the same, level.
Because because Rihanna dances less in her show.
I don't know why. I'm not a fan of Rihanna.
And she's one of the top people.
Rihanna just almost bankrupted Snapchat.
Yeah, I saw that.
Quick.
Mm-hmm.
So her effect is just as grand. She just ruined it.
I'm not saying it's not what I'm saying is people do not put them on the same level.
No, bullshit. I call bullshit because I'm going to tell you why.
Who do you see putting them on the same level?
She got hardcore fans.
Yes, she does.
She got hardcore fans.
I didn't say she didn't. I said, who do you see putting Beyonce and Rihanna on the same level?
The reason why I'm saying the problem is that these are two very hot artists right now. Mm-hmm. These are two people at the top of their game.
Even when they go dormant, they still have that. They
go dormant. Exactly. Beyonce, they had kids and everything else. Like, the thing about it is, I think the difference is you have Beyonce, whose family and who even in herself, because she's a shy-natured person anyway, has put herself as a family woman, and she has been America's sweetheart. We claimed her that because that's the image she put out, and we have Rihanna over here, who we claimed as a party girl, bad gal Riri. And the thing is, they both have these platforms, and neither one of them are just fists up all the time. Because I'm gonna be honest, please name to me as many instances, if you can, that Rihanna has done anything like that. Even when she turned around right after the issue with Chris Brown, we keep sleeping on this, but she turned around right after the issue with Chris Brown and came out with Rude Boy.
And you really can't name, even when you look at a lot of these artists.
She did come back out and talk about domestic violence with that, what I think was a big thing, and she even admitted that all of it wasn't his fault. So she did that interview.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
But I think it's been,
so you said what?
Did she say Oprah? She said that with Oprah. She did afterwards.
No, that's not the interview she did it in though. She ain't even admitted in that interview either.
Well, the thing is, when she came back with Snapchat, I feel like that was more. I think that was more realistic to it. I respected that. I can see
that's because it hit home to her too, because it's domestic violence.
And I think that's different.
And then Snapchat was out of pocket.
Oh yeah, that was out of pocket.
Would you rather?
But I'm pretty sure it's not the first stuff that it did. But have people said something about it? Probably not. And I feel like a lot of people who are rap artists, who are R&B artists, movie actors, a lot of these people, when we say, "Oh my God, we want to hold like you better do this or you need to do this or whatever," I think we are very hard on celebrities just in general.
And we don't do nothing.
And I think it's cool to be like, "Oh my goodness."
You're talking about as people altogether.
I'm just talking about some people.
I think people do it.
People that have expectations for some of these celebrities, the people who are out here grinding for the community, the people who are out here volunteering, the people who run after school programs don't give a damn if Beyonce open her mouth because they're doing it. And I think the problem is you got people that can hide behind a computer and say whatever they want to whoever they want to and put expectations on whoever they want to.
Well, I say that's what most of the opinions come back from people who are hiding behind.
But also think about it, there's many ways to reach an agenda, and I feel like there's more ways. Like we sit on the show, we talk about stuff that's black, that's millennials, there's other stuff that's hot topic, that's cool. We get our viewpoints across, cool. You might not agree, you agree, great. However, everybody has a way of reaching people. If she does women empowerment and that reaches black, white women, Latino, it's still empowering black women. I don't have to sit here and say, "Oh my God, I love millennials." I mean, yes, we're the Melanin Pot, cool. But if I sit here and I go talk to a group of men in general, and there are black men amongst it, I'm still empowering black men. So I feel like we also are just so big to say, you're not doing it specifically, so that's not black people. Bullshit, if that's you. Because if me impacting a group of people and there are black men out there, and also me enriching other people who have to interact with my black niece, my black nephew, my black counterparts, that's going to impact our community. So we also have to look at that to where it doesn't have to be just specifically black people. We don't just live in a world with just black people. So you also have to talk to the demographic of everybody, because sometimes that helps. Well, my agenda can still be black, but it
so
still
that's
touches.
okay for you, but for somebody whose agenda is specifically black people, then it's important to them. You can't say, "Oh, you can't do that."
That's still
not
important,
fair to
but
them.
that doesn't take away. And if that's your agenda, make your agenda your agenda. Stop trying to make everybody's agenda your agenda.
Create a network. My thing is this: you have people let's say my agenda was animal health and making sure animals are safe.
Okay.
So my network, I'm not going to come to the Melanin Pot specifically and say, hey, you know what, y'all talk about a lot of stuff, but y'all never talk about how animals are spayed and neutered.
Don't fit.
Unnecessarily. It does not fit.
That's true. I guess where the difference is with Beyonce is she picks and chooses when she wants, because she has supported different things in like the Black Lives Matter movement and all that type of stuff. Right. So for people to say, oh, well, I didn't even know she did that, that's part of them not doing research. True enough, because she did it privately. But again, it's not unfair of them to be like, well, damn, why didn't she speak about it? Or, you know, something like that to gain more awareness.
That's not everybody's agenda,
and I'm not saying that it's right.
Okay, Jacqueline,
but it sounds like you're advocating for these people.
I'm not advocating. I'm just laying on the piece.
What's the difference if I know you ain't got no gas in your car, so I go and I say, hey, Jacqueline, you got $20.
Okay, I do have gas in my car.
Then me saying, just cash app Jacqueline $20.
That's totally different. I feel
it's not.
It's not.
No,
it's the same agenda, but I did it in a different way.
Exactly.
Some stuff is just none of your damn business. And some things you have to also look at. If we're looking at an agenda, I also can look at the approach. It's still, it can be, I can have an agenda, and my approach in handling that agenda is still different.
Yeah, that's fair.
And another thing is we also have to realize a lot of us don't even make $30,000 a month. I mean, a year, excuse me. So I'm going to say that to say, you're looking at your $30,000, and when you're looking at somebody with millions of dollars in investments in other ways, they also have to be strategic on how they handle their money and investments. Because the way that I handle $30,000, I'm not going to handle
I never
$1 billion.
said she should get money. Or
No, I'm just saying
like
in general. But people who wanting just like, oh, she needs to do that.
That costs nothing.
And I gotta quit. No,
But that's still, that's not true. That's not true.
That's what I'm saying. It costs,
That's not true.
It's not money. It's not like, oh, we can't.
But that might cost her money, or it might be something different. So if I still can celebrate.
Not really. If you still do stuff later on, it's like, oh, well,
okay, but why can't? But my thing is this: if her agenda is to do a song, and that's the way she want to do it, who gives a damn what you think? She did. She celebrated the agenda. She did her part. My thing is, what did you do? And this is for everybody out there. And you should, before you think about anybody else and what they doing, what they not doing, ask yourself, what did you do and what can you do better? And I'm same way for me.
And I feel like if you
everybody.
are doing something in the community, you have a right to say something if you feel like, because again, these are all opinions. This is your opinion. This is mine. So with that being said, anybody shouldn't be arguing with somebody's opinion, whether you agree with it or not. Just because you don't agree with it don't mean they can't say it, just like you saying you
can say it, but I'm telling you, it looks stupid when you're trying to appraise.
What do you say to the person?
On that note,
no. What do you say to the person who is in the community working and they still feel some type of way?
I think you still should keep working. But
and
also,
they do. And
I think you should keep working.
So why is it a problem if they say something then? Even if they are working.
Can I tell you something? 9 times out of 10, they're not. It's somebody
that's not true. Under the comments.
But no.
Under the comments, yes. Under people who be
but even the people who are.
It is people who
I
are
think even the people who are
doing it.
I feel like you should ask strategic questions on if you feel a certain type of way. I think you should definitely ask. I also feel like a lot of people who do stuff in the community have a chip on their shoulder. They feel they can talk and do anything and talk to people any kind of way. And you're out of fucking line. Because as you came to me or anybody else you don't know what somebody's doing behind closed doors. So you have to watch that. Because you don't know who's working out here. And you never know who's becoming somebody. So you got to be careful on what you saying to people and what work. It's good to ask questions first before you make a fool out of yourself.
And I will say this, and I do want to kind of, I'm just saying because we about to close out.
No, not
but
yet.
What I will say is this. Don't ever also, if somebody's been working in the community and once they do get to a certain level, there's a difference between reminding them, hey, you know, I'm glad you're proud of yourself and I'm glad you're proud of your organization, but your message is getting a little out of the humility realm, and I feel like you're being very boastful and it's not helping our cause. Or if somebody gets there and you make them that way, you put it out
And
there
I
like
think that conversation
way.
is to
I
be
feel
held
like-
in person, not something you put up,
Well,
making
that's
status,
true.
making a video, sharing.
That's exactly
I don't
what
think
I was
that's
about to say.
proper.
And I
so.
feel
But
like
think
that's
about a
what
lot of
I don't
people
think
though.
that's proper.
But a lot of people do that in their approach though. They have
And that's not okay.
If I have a problem with Mary, I go in her comment section rather than coming at Mary and saying, "Hey, Mary, you know, blase, blase." Well, then to you, when you speak to me, it's automatic trash because you already came at me left. So,
And that's etiquette in general.
In general.
I think a lot of people don't understand the way James and I talk to each other, the way Jacqueline and I talk to each other. If you notice, if we're being funny, if we're on each other's comment sections, we tend to be very careful.
You're not
about
you done
that.
brought this in here.
I'm just
not very
in general.
Just to tie this in, Mary had a little incident. Her Mondays with May got very explosive, and it got very explosive. And somebody who didn't know Mary played with somebody else a certain type of way chimed in, and it just got really out of hand.
It just got reckless. And the thing about it is,
and Mary should have nipped it in the bud.
I didn't do it correctly, and I own that. I did not calm things correctly, but I do also feel like I think that we do need to learn how to talk to each other better.
Yeah.
And that's what I was getting to. I think that in general, we need to stop being so judgmental. I think that there are some people who have not speaking on anybody's. I think there's some people who have forgotten that just because they're not in your circle does not mean they're not important. Mm-hmm. And also that I'm talking on a public platform. And I think that that's where people who come from people like Beyonce and not saying things to Rihanna, I think they're picking and choosing when they want to feel like they're right. And I feel like the person that came for Tiffany Haddish that I mentioned in the last episode, mm-hmm. You not all the way together, but you read Tiffany Haddish for filth, and not even everything that you said was true.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
But you wanted attention, and I think the people that come from Beyonce that look real, that was real. It's right there in my afro.
Not just that one. You felt that one.
It's some people that really have a tendency to hide behind the mask of social media.
Right.
And we want you guys to comment down below what you guys think about the episode.
And appreciate one another in general.
Yeah, give somebody a compliment. I feel like you should give somebody a compliment, and I do in our comment section. It's so many of you guys that flood our comment section. I think it'll be really neat if it's somebody that you don't know, because you guys be going on each other's profile and looking.
Right.
Compliment them. I feel like we don't compliment each other enough. And to compliment the Melanin Pot guys.
Yes, thank you guys for watching.
For us to tune out. I'm May.
I'm Jay.
I'm Jacqueline.
And this has been a Melanin Pot. Be sure you get a scoop on themelaninpot.net.
Next.